Moving on to the other big story we're tracking. Last night, there was a blackout in Pakistan and in Karachi. Pakistan journalists, in fact, were fervently tweeting that there's a possibility of an Indian Air Force airstrike. But here's the real reason why Pakistan was spooked. Indian Air Force fighter jets, in fact, formed 3 formations as part of a routine exercise that triggered massive panic in Pakistan. These were Indian aircrafts in 3 formations from the western sector. Sukhoi and Mirages, they flew over Kutch and Jodhpur border, well within Indian limits, but they were in visible distance of Karachi. In fact, this was a routine exercise, but it triggered massive panic as far as the media fraternity, the Twitterverse in Pakistan is concerned. We are playing some of those tweets we have managed to find about how there was a huge panic in especially the city of Karachi. There was also blackout that eventually happened in the city. And what is interesting is that there is a fear that was associated with the Balakot airstrikes. Now, my colleague Abhishek Kapoor is joining us for more on this. Abhishek, before we come to exactly the routine exercise that the Indian Air Force was carrying out, it's important to mention here that while Pakistan on the face of it tries to pretend that there was no Balakot airstrikes, or at least India only managed to uproot some trees, their behavior since February, including some Freudian slips by the Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan himself, show very different picture. They're extremely scared of an action by the Indian Air Force again.
Well, Shivani, a couple of things. The routine exercise or an air exercise was going on the Pakistani side by the Pakistan Air Force, and the Indian Air Force perhaps just did a bit of a psyop, so to say, with 3 formations flying from 3 bases in the western sector close to the border. We know the bases, but we are not naming them, obviously. It did create a real panic, and what you are saying, or what we are getting to know from social media sites is actually a reflection of panic in the administration itself, because we are told that the Pakistan Air Force, in fact, increased its combat air patrols in response to the Indian formation, and that there was a real thought perhaps that there is something that is coming from the Indians, and that is why they increased their own patrols, and a blackout was imposed on Karachi. So it's not that the panic was only limited to civilian population. The administration and the Air Force of the Pakistanis perhaps also got spooked. Essentially, a message was sent, I believe, Shivani, as my sources tell me, that while India engages with the Chinese in the eastern sector, in the Ladakh sector, and very constructive talks, positive developments are happening, this was essentially a message sent that, in a 2-front situation also, we are ready. Because apart from these combat air patrols that was done yesterday night, past midnight, there was also artillery fire opened in the northern sector, I would say, in the Neelam Valley, to be very precise, with precision-guided rockets being sent on the other side to send across a message that while we are engaged in the east and a lot of focus is there, a lot of deployments are there, Pakistan should not get emboldened in any manner. So, in a way, it was a psyop plus a message sent across that India, so far as defense preparedness is concerned, has every eventuality in its mind and can really, push back. So, I think it was part of that. Pakistanis got spooked, and that's a major takeaway.
Absolutely. Major General K.K. Sinha, Major General A.K. Sivach, Major General Harsha Karkar, all joining us on the show to let's just understand this fear that has set in Pakistan a little bit more. Major General A.K. Sivach, I want to come to you first. How do you read into the Pakistani mindset right now? Because even as Abhishek was mentioning, India is embroiled in a standoff of sorts on its eastern front with China. Nothing that should spread fear, of course. But this is an exercise that is going on as far as LAC is concerned. Pakistan might be sitting and, wanting to enjoy that situation. But actually what happened in Karachi last night shows they're extremely scared.
Absolutely correct. Shivani, what happened is that it shows that, the Pakistan is incapable. As far as their air defense is concerned, is totally, you can say, not up to the mark. Indian aircraft couldn't fly inside the Pakistani airspace, and Pakistani air defense was totally unaware of it. And there was a panic which was set in Pakistan, and the Karachi there was a complete blackout. So this shows 2-3 issues. One is their air defense is totally weak. The second thing is it has also shown to the Pakistan that if we are engaged with the Chinese in line of actual control, the Pakistanis should not do any misadventure. We have a capability of handling the China and Pakistan together, and we can handle you well. And this also was done exactly, when the artillery fire was also conducted by the Northern Command in the Neelam Valley, when one of the formation headquarters was destroyed as far as of the Pakistani concern. A very sound and very solid message has been sent to Pakistan that we are capable of handling two enemies at the same time, and it should not get any idea of having a misadventure. At the same time, it also sent a very good message to China that we are in a position to handle you well. We are capable of handling you, and in case you think that it is a long haul, so are we very ready for it. We are capable in Ladakh, and we can also handle Pakistan in case Pakistan trying to support you. So therefore, a very good message has been sent to both the adversaries together, and also it gives you a lot of confidence to your own.
But let's not also forget how things have changed as far as India's dealing, Major General, with both Pakistan and China over the last few years is concerned. I want to go across to Major General Harsha Kakkar as well. Things have changed. The rules of engagement from India's side has changed as far as Pakistan is concerned. We have shown that vis-a-vis the Balakot airstrikes and more. And with China also, we're seeing a very different India with the way India has matched China, man to man, tank to tank at the Eastern Front. So the Balakot airstrike effect, it seems, is not gone. That is coming out, Major General Harsha Kakkar. They're having sleepless nights because of what has happened. They may deny it as much as they want about what damage Balakot caused to them, but it's quite clear it's deep in their psyche now.
You see, there are 2-3 factors that we need to look at. One is, while they denied Balakot, they could have denied it, it made no difference. But the fact is that they were aware, the concerned authorities were aware that the damage had been caused. We had broken into their complete defenses. We had taught them a lesson, and we had given a message that we are not going to get bogged down by a nuclear blackmail. We're willing to escalate. Now, in the last few days, since the time the Ladakh standoff began, you would have found on social media, it was Pak which was harping that the Chinese are deep into Ladakh, we're losing Ladakh. And with that scenario happening, they were advising the government that you must enhance your actions because this is the time when the Indian army is diverted. There were also rumors floating from Pak's social media handles which were talking about pull-out of troops from the LOC, thereby thinning the LOC. The message that was sent by this action was very clear that as far as we are concerned, we can handle you, while we are not concerned very much about Ladakh because that is totally under control. Handling you is easily possible. Last time we went across the land border. This time we've taken another approach. And all your major installations, mainly the oil installations in Karachi, are open to us. We can strike at will. We can always break through when we need to. So therefore, please desist from your funny games. Please desist from attempting to try and escalate along the LC. India can retaliate, it will retaliate, and it has the power to retaliate. The message that has gone yesterday was panic. I mean, you could imagine a panic in a country where you switch off, where you go in for a total blackout, where you activate, and there are also rumors that possibly one F-16 is not returned, something which has not yet been confirmed, but there are such rumors. Interestingly, none of this is coming out in the Pak newspapers, which means the panic within the army network is evident. The panic within the top hierarchy is evident, but they're scared to let it out coming into the newspapers because it will again display the weakness within Pak and the weakness that they still have gaps in whatever they're talking about, and these gaps will and can be exploited in case India decides to go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, it's a situation of complete disarray, isn't it, Abhishek?
Well, Shivani, as I said, we had a limited objective, and that was to send across a message to the Pakistanis that while we are engaged on the Eastern Front, don't make the mistake of thinking that we have our eyes off the Western sector as well. So, in a way, knowing that Pakistanis are doing some kind of air exercises, we flew into a formation, and the fact that it created a panic in the minds of the Pakistanis clearly suggests that Balakot was actually not just about some felled trees or crows, but a little more substantial. And as I said, given the fact that this happened in tandem with the action in Neelam Valley in response to Pakistani ceasefire violation, and a massive one at that, as General Sinha himself informed, and we know it, that precision-guided ammunition was used yesterday in the artillery fire that was carried out. It clearly shows that we are in control of things on both the sectors, both the sides, both the fronts.
Right.
And in a way, it has acted as a testing of sort of this thesis that was first propounded by Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, that India should be prepared for a two-front war. So in a way, a kind of a test, but at the same time,
Two-front
the
war.
Pakistanis as well.
Let's also not forget Major General K.K. Sinha. Indian political dispensation has made very clear statements how India is going to take POK back. They want POK back. It is not off the table for us as far as we are concerned. We consider it our territory and we're going to take it back. I think that warning also coming in as clear terms as it has, perhaps for the very first time in recent political history in India, is also something that is keeping Pakistan administration and army sleepless.
Shivani, Pakistan, complete establishment on a jitter. And it is not, we are just demonstrating, the two front. It is in 2.5 front. What is going in the half front, you have seen. Even within the 2 weeks' time, we have eliminated more than 15, terrorists, back in the hinterland. But what happened, actually, this is very interesting. It has already been brought out, that we are carrying out. If you take your mind back, about a few days back, two, embassy staff, and they were, one was, accountant, one was a clerk, along with the driver, were caught with a spy. Basically they were finding out, what is happening in Mahajan field firing ranges. You see, these are all linked. See, last time when we have gone for the Balakot, we carried out, before that air show, and then, we retributed in Balakot. See, what is happening now? When the China did it, China didn't do it in a standalone mode. What they did it after the exercise, they came and tried to change the status quo. That is, they have taken the Pakistan absolutely in their fold. The Pakistan before that was, knowing that, Sayyid Salahuddin was saying it is not possible to carry out further terrorist actions here. And he was saying, and these are all in record. That is the time China was pressing that. And China is pressing still. But they have failed. What has happened? We have proven, to the world today that India is capable of taking 2.5 front, and 2.5 front with our own, in our own way, absolutely effective. And what you are seeing yesterday, last night, it is not only the blackout was in the Karachi area. It was in Rawalpindi, it was in Islamabad, it was in many parts of Punjab. If the complete blackout is gone. And F-16, what they are talking about, it is not a rumor. It is confirmed. I was on a channel, 2 channel, and the Pakistani, spokespersons were there. One spokesperson was from Pakistan, Pakistan province. And he's saying, yes, it is missing, and it has happened when they have got airborne, and probably it has been shot by their own AD system. So you see the jitter.
Right.
The jitter is they try to do the Pulwama 2. Mind you, don't forget the Pulwama 2, they try to do it. And we have said the retribution is going to come from us in the time of our choosing. It may go to Balakot, it will go to Bawalpur, Bawalnagar, where the terrorist headquarters are now still functioning. Whether it will go to any part of
I think Pakistan Major General KK Sinha knows that it cannot, of course, take India on in a conventional warfare. So that is why they try to bleed India through 1,000 cuts, as has been said, through terrorism, through the valley. And even that has, of course, been crushed in a major way in the last 2 years or so. Especially since 2017-2018 period, the kind of damage that Indian forces have caused to the rank and file of the Pak-sponsored terrorist organizations. On top of that, the abrogation of Article 370 and the situation thereafter, Pakistan, of course, doesn't really know what to do anymore. I do want to thank all of you for joining us, and also Abhishek Kapoor for bringing us more details.